Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome to the City of Arcola City Council special meeting for Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, beginning at 6 p.m. at Arcola City Hall, located at 13222 Highway 6, Arcola, Texas 77583, for the purpose of considering the following items. The City Council of the City of Arcola, Texas reserves the right to meet in closed session on any of the below items should the need arise, and if applicable pursuant to authorization by Title V, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. It is now 6 p.m. I'll call this meeting to order and announce that we have a quorum. Tonight's invocation will be led by Councilmember Evelyn Jones, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Mayor Pro Tem Ebony Sanko.
Father, we coming to you tonight in the name of Jesus, asking you to help us, Lord. Help the citizens to be participants and help the council to make the right decisions for the city and the citizens. Lord, come into our hearts, our minds, and help us, Lord. Get self out of the way and let us do what is your desire for us. These and our blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We'll now have roll call. Councilmember Evelyn Jones.
Here.
Councilmember Greg Abar.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ebony Sanko.
Present.
Councilmember Rosemary Bigby.
Here.
And Councilmember Florence Jackson.
Present.
All right. Also present is David Olson, City Attorney, Ingrid Flournoy, City Secretary, and Dr. Annette Goldberg, City Administrator. At this time, Madam Secretary, do we have anyone, we will have public comments. Do they have anyone signed up for public comment?
No, Mayor.
Thank you, dude. And we don't have any for consent or regular agenda, right?
No, Mayor.
Okay. All right. So at this time, the city council members, are there any comments from the city council? Councilmember Jones?
No, I just on Pinedale when we had the meeting, I thank the mayor for informing us and letting us know what is going on for that Pinedale area for the drainage, which you had a terrible time in the last big rain. So I just thank her for bringing it to the city's attention.
Councilmember Abar?
No comments, Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem?
No comments. Well, I'm excited about tonight's agenda for the city. This is good. That's what all of them good. But the Pinedale, I know they're gonna be excited over there.
Okay, we're good.
Long time coming.
It's a start. Yeah. Councilmember Biggie?
I'm just amazed at the traffic and all the big trucks coming through, tearing up the roads, you know, and then I see some policemen, they're not writing tickets. You know, I'm not in favor of people just, you know, writing tickets, but if you come through an area and you know it's a no-through, then take your time. Don't be just
Speedy.
zooming through and then hit that bump and it's like, that goes, the road is just going sideways, but that's my only complaint.
We'll make
Yeah.
sure that they're
Yeah.
more mindful of that.
Yeah.
All right. Councilmember Jackson?
No.
No comment? And at this time, I have no comments as well. So, Madam Secretary, we will then proceed to the regular agenda.
Agenda item 3, regular agenda items. 3A, discussion, consideration of, and possible action to authorize up to $49,000 drainage and ditch improvement in Pinedale Manor, General Fund. Mayor Beta B. Williams.
Yeah, so as everybody knows that we had the town hall over in Pinedale Manor last week on the 16th. And yeah, I think that at this point what we decided, I think the engineer, you know, kind of was over there with us and kind of shared some of the things that we needed to be done with residents. One of the things that we were looking at is, although, you know, we had to go through this bid process and all this, and it's kind of a longer process than what we anticipated. We want to get started with doing something over in Pinedale Manor. We want you know, my hope had always been that we could do something prior to the hurricane season coming back around. And so after that meeting, I got a chance to talk with Mr. Turner, and Lance, I'm gonna have you come up too, just a minute. I got a chance to talk with Mr. Turner, and we're gonna come up with a plan to at least try to alleviate some of the problem prior to hurricane season getting started. And I'll share with you all a little bit more about some of the other issues regarding drainage that I've kind of found out too. So, yeah, I'm good. You wanna talk about what we talked about?
So one of the things, as the mayor just mentioned earlier, her goal and wish was wanting to try to have the whole project done, you know, before hurricane season, and really that would be great. We just don't have enough time. But what we can look at is maybe looking at some critical areas and maybe try to clean out and address some of those issues. Now, where those specific spots are, I can't tell you because I don't have enough data right now to tell you this pipe is up high or this ditch is clogged up. And so what we're looking at doing is maybe just getting a segment of streets that's closer towards the outfall end that may help all of the other residents. It may not fix all the problems, but at least try to put a Band-Aid on or a tourniquet on that wound so we can kind of, you know, fix it as best we can with the limited amount of time that we have. And so what we're looking at, you know, we could go out and do some surveying work, which is just general a monthly billing that we would do. We would go out, get some elevations in some critical areas that we think needs to be addressed, get those elevations, do a profile, and maybe get a contractor to just come in for a small amount, just do a small segment, knowing that there's a bigger picture. We want to make sure whatever funds we spend fit within the realm of the overall segment. So we can't do the overall, but we can do this piece, and this piece, we wouldn't have to come back and touch it again. So that's what's before you this evening.
And then let me say the other thing is that I took the time, because this drainage is so important. I took the time to call around to some other cities, and I talked to someone down in the city of Hitchcock. And down there, they have similar problems with, you know, issues with drainage. And what they did is, and I talked to Lance about this too, they went through this process called, this organization called TIPS. And it's through the Texas Government Code that they're able to provide these services. And basically it's the interlocal purchasing system where they vet all these different vendors and contractors and stuff doing certain things, and they run the gamut because they got a lot of stuff in there. So there's one company in there called Texas Drainage. And what they do down in Hitchcock is they came through and they cleaned out all their ditches, replaced some of their culverts, cleaned out the culverts and all of that stuff. But they maintain it every year. They go through and they do a maintenance plan. Now Hitchcock, they allocate maybe $150,000 to $200,000 a year just to maintain all of those ditches and cut them and keep them cutting stuff. But Hitchcock is much bigger than the city of Arcola. It has more population is more than the city of Arcola, so I don't think that our cost would be that much if we decided to go with that program. And if we decide to go with a program like that, what we have to do, we become a member of this interlocal purchasing system, and we have access to all of these contractors, and we don't have to go through the bidding process. Now, I don't suggest this for every project that we do, because we got this wastewater plant and all that stuff. I'm not suggesting that I'm talking about specifically for drainage, because it saves us some time. But again, I also had a call in with a representative from TIPS, and they run a training, and so we're going to talk tomorrow morning. But I just want you all to have that thought that that's a possibility that's out there. And if we can start maintaining these things, we don't have to wait till they get to the point where they are now and trying to do the whole city. So I don't know. You
Yeah, well, no, and it's what it is. It's like buy board is what they call it. A lot of them just use it. So they actually go through, as the mayor said eloquently, they basically vet all of them, and you can buy anything on there. playground
Yeah, starting price.
equipment and,
They have a
yeah.
starting.
That's correct.
Like
That is
the
correct.
more you need from them, then the price
Yes,
goes up.
it goes down. The
Well-
more- the more, yeah.
The more you need. goes up.
Well, no,
Wait. Well, when I talked to them, this is how they said, this is what they was told when I talked. If you do a larger area, like if you're doing a larger area, they can negotiate pricing on that. So of course, if you got more, if you just got 2 streets, yeah, the pricing may be higher, but they come up and bring all the equipment and all that stuff. But if you got a
They'll even
larger
take it
number.
for 2 streets.
Right, there you go. I mean, I was just making, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's it right there. No, that's it. I'll entertain any questions you have of me.
I mean, it's very popular, it's popular though, like Victoria hasn't had any, or you haven't
Oh, you
got
talking
that
about
deep
Hitchcock?
with them.
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock,
Yeah,
okay.
and they were referred to them by the city of Pearland,
Oh,
and
okay.
so, yeah, and they've been in.
So
they've
word
been-
of mouth, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's usually pretty
They're very
good.
happy with that, yeah.
So this wasn't a Lawrence idea? Okay.
Clarence is not that smart. But no, we deal with Hitchcock. No, I'm familiar with it. We're city engineers for them as well.
Okay.
Okay, so, and I'm sorry, this was in the realm of drainage, but we're back to the.
The agenda
The
item.
agenda item. The authorization of the $49,000 for Pinedale Manor.
Motion.
Okay, I make a motion to authorize up to $49,000 for the drainage and ditch improvements in Pinedale Manor.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mayor Pro Tem Emily Sanko, second by Councilmember Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion is passed. Thank you, Mr. Turner. Oh, and then the next, okay.
Agenda item 3B, discussion, consideration of, and possible action to authorize up to $42,000 to restore grade to approximately 3,000 linear feet of roadside ditches on West Plantation Oaks, West Side Ditch, Sears Road, North Side Ditch, and North Street, east of ditch from Sears Road to Howard Street, General Fund, Mayor Vita B. Williams.
So this request was sent into Fort Bend County Road and Bridge prior to my administration. And so you know how sometimes it takes the county some time to get to it. And so of course there's a need for drainage all over the city, not just in Pinedale, but and so these streets were identified as needing attention. And so I didn't want to. I think we need the funding to be able to address these issues. So I think that it takes care of several different areas of the city, and so that's why we chose to put this on here.
I make a motion that we authorize up to $42,000 to restore grade to approximately 3,000 linear feet for the roadside ditches named on West Plantation Oaks, West Side Ditch, Sears Road, North Side Ditch, and North Street, East Side Ditch, from Sears Road to Howell Street.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Mayor Pro Tem Sanko. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is passed.
Agenda item 3C, discussion, consideration of, and possible action to approve up to $47,500 for the Arcola City Hall Summer Program, General Fund, Mayor Vita B. Williams.
Man, I'm talking about everything. So as you know, things are a little different now, and so we have our summer program again at the City Hall. We have to do it a little bit differently this year because we are not utilizing the nonprofit organization. So this will be, and this is it's different because we're going to be we pay interns, we pay them a stipend and stuff. So we're trying to figure out how we actually navigate that, and Ned's going to be helping us with that in terms of making sure that they get paid and stuff.
So
But
we get no help now from, to help us with our summer program, like we used to. That's not gonna be here. Like Priscilla used to get help. That we call it.
through what do you mean? The shoes.
Oh,
Community
they did.
Express?
Yeah, Community Express, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is the same funding that the
Yeah.
city put up last year
Yeah.
for it. So, yeah, this year we just gotta make it fit within, cause see, I think
What's the
there
normal
was,
budget?
I think they were under the impression that with the $25,000 and the 47, that was all that Community Express got, and that, that's all it took to run a program.
Yeah.
That wasn't all. We did get funding from other places and
Okay,
stuff.
that's fine.
Yeah, and so, but this is still the same funding that the city had allocated
Mhm.
before toward the program. So, I don't know, I don't know if you wanted to add, because you came up with the plan and talked with everybody regarding the plan. There are some things that are a little bit different this year.
Oh, yeah,
so-
because I know she told us about it.
Yeah.
last year.
Did
You want me to speak?
Did you want to speak? Not from that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Now-
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mayor, Council. So, Arcola Summer Program, we just don't know how the payment system is gonna work. That's why she's talking about with Annette, but it'll still be the same quality, the same everything that we've done before. This year, we'll have some more field trips than we had before. Last year, we went out and did some field trips, and so transportation is part of that. A normal program in the past, when we was doing Community Express, so some things will be scaled back, because it cost us over $75,000 actually to do a summer program, the way we were doing it. So some things will be scaled back to fit within the confines of the 47.5. But everything will be there, except for we just don't know how the payment system is gonna work, because it's gonna be through the city. And it's always been a partnership with the city. It's not anything different. It's just that the city will be 100% responsible rather than the nonprofit doing it. But it's always been a great relationship, and it's always been a city, Arcola City Hall program in conjunction with our program. So we're excited about it. There's no way that we could just be here and not provide a program for the kids here. We're hoping to have a good turnout, but I just think it would look different. The kids are older. This will be the 5th year.
What's
So
the age, what's the age?
we started 5. We
No,
started
it's at 6.
6. Yeah, okay, 6. And so 6 to 12th grade. They're like, because we have 3 programs in one.
Oh.
So it's 3 programs in one. So
Coming direct.
if you're in the 9th grade to 12th grade is usually where our interns fall. So we have a lot of interns returning that we have like 4 years experience.
Okay.
So that's exciting. They graduated high school, a lot of them. So that's going to be exciting. But it's just going to be figuring out that part of it, how the city actually take that part of it. But everything else will be there.
Yeah, excuse me, Mayor and
Sure.
Council, just so that you'll know, we did have this conversation about a month ago. I did inquire with our payroll company, and that's not going to be a problem to payroll the interns and the 12th graders and so forth. It's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
And I'm sure we're getting more donations while we.
Well,
We're not soliciting because it's through the city.
Oh,
We
okay.
can't solicit like through nonprofit, yes. We
But
can
they
do
can-
that. If they gave the nonprofit money, we could take the money and put into
Yeah,
the
okay.
program, but just differently.
Yeah, gotta be legal.
It would have to be legal, yeah.
Any
It ain't gonna
donations
happen
would
if it
come
ain't.
before council for acceptance.
Okay, oh, okay.
So
We're not taking any
we
money
bring it to you.
Okay.
The city.
Okay, it's broken down in group.
Yes.
Do y'all have any questions?
Page 5.
So some of our kids are returning for their 5th year. So think about a 6-year-old that's been with us for 5 years.
Yeah.
I know.
They do not look the same anymore. So, but we're excited about it and to see their growth. So, anybody have any questions,
No more.
concerns?
No,
My
I make-
my niece comes
She does,
comes
doesn't she?
every
She
summer,
said
and
so,
She's
yeah.
excited already.
I said, well, what if we don't have a summer program? She said, Vita, that's not an option. I'm already planning to be there. Reagan and Bob are already planning. So, I like to see that. I have kids who, 30 years ago, when we started over at Jake Duff, that still get together based around what they did over in their program. And so, I just think, that's the biggest part of it to me, and they want to come back.
Yeah.
These interns started calling me, are we having a summer program this year? And so I was like, we didn't really have a choice. But so, since we don't have a choice, no, I'm playing. So can I entertain a motion on this item?
I make a
please?
motion, discussion and consideration and possible action to approve 47.5 for the Arcola City Hall summer
Second.
program, general fund.
Second.
A motion has been made by Councilmember Bigby, second by Councilmember Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed.
Thank you.
Sorry, 4, contracts and agreements. 4A, discussion, consideration of, and possible action to authorize the police chief to execute the Texas Police Chiefs Association Foundation accreditation agreement. Police Chief Carl Bryan.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is a accreditation program through the Texas Police Chiefs Association. Many agencies in Texas apply for it. To get accreditation in the state of Texas, you have to meet 170 basically goals, saying best practices. And we have applied for this accreditation, and TML will fund our first year for this service, so we won't have to pay out of pocket for that. So I'm just asking for you guys to approve us to sign the agreement for the accreditation.
This is the first year y'all have fun?
So the process is you apply, they actually come out, they spend time out here. We have to send in all our policies. We have to make sure our evidence room is up to date. It's certain things as far as like our uniforms have to be all the same. And just everything, it's like 170 things we have to meet. And this also, once we receive the accreditation, we'll be able to apply for different grants that we're not eligible for now.
What's the cost after?
I think it's like $600 a year after the first year.
And Chief, there's an application fee that we paid, and then TML's going to pay for the program.
Correct.
Oh, we pay for TML back.
TML will pay for the program for the first year. So when you get accredited, you're accredited for 4 years before you have to reapply.
Oh.
So they will pay for the first year, and then we will be responsible for the next 3 years.
So when it's like an accreditation, does it have anything to do with the officers doing the training things and?
And there's certain things, it's 170 things, and I have the list that we have to meet. Like we have certain training requirements we have to do yearly, every year. Our policies have to say certain things. It's certain things that we have to meet to obtain this accreditation.
Well, let me tell you what my main thing is. Does the officer have to be a certain size? When I worked at HPD, you had to be a certain size, you had to climb those things. I think that has gone out.
So we have actually implemented a physical program.
Good, they need it.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I was going to say, some of those things have kind of got, but there is still physical requirements to meet the minimum
Yeah.
physical standards test. So, I mean, that's true with any.
Because we don't want them to shoot them instead of chasing, if they got to chase them.
Wait a minute, let me get out the clock.
The big ones
Let me get out the car.
We implemented a physical program
Yeah,
last year.
that's good.
That's good.
They need that exercise. I do too, but I'm not a
And the
thing.
scale when you come in, wait, see if you work it out.
You can't be discriminated. Okay, can I, any questions of Chief?
No.
Can I entertain a motion?
I make a motion to authorize the police chief to execute the Texas Police Chiefs Association Foundation accreditation agreement.
Second.
Motion? We was all. Motion has been made by Mayor Pro Tem Sanko, second by Councilmember Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, Council.
Motion is passed.
Agenda item 4B, discussion, consideration of, and possible action to authorize a contract up to $17,000 with STP Services to purchase and install 2 17-horsepower pumps for lift station number 1. Enterprise Fund, Mr. Roland Leal, MOC Area Manager Operations.
Yeah, Roland is not here, but, are you familiar with that at all, Larry? Yeah, the pumps out there, yes.
Yeah, basically, that request is for the installation of 2 17 horsepower pumps. You have some pumps that are out there now that are undersized, and so these pumps will provide adequate pressure and flow of getting the wastewater from this location over towards the headworks of the wastewater treatment plant.
Necessary.
Yes.
Necessary. That's right.
So the pumps are are
No,
not there?
they're there, they're just not adequately
Not the
sized. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because everything else was kind of degraded. Is that what-
Yes, ma'am, and you have more flow coming to it now.
Okay.
And that's also why we're doing the expansion at the wastewater treatment plant, because you just got more flow coming in.
That's, and these are pumps for the older, the new one is not online yet, so these are the older lift
corroded
station
and
I can still,
everything.
but it needs to be up, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Entertain a motion, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Can I entertain a motion on this item?
I make a motion to authorization, possible action to authorize a contract of $17,000 with STP Services to purchase and install 2 17 HP pumps for lift station number 1.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilmember Bigby, second by Mayor Pro Tem Sanko. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is passed.
Agenda item 5, ordinances. 5A, discussion, consideration of, and possible action on an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Arcola, Texas, amending section 2.04.020 of the Code of Ordinances, Arcola, Texas, related to City Council rules and procedures, providing for severability and providing an effective date. Mayor Vita B. Williams.
Yes, this ordinance is just because, for some reason, the politics in Arcola has kind of picked up and notched up a little bit, and so, you know, depending on what happens, this body it can be impacted. So I just want to be proactive, to upgrade this policy to make sure that we don't have any, discord and distraction from working on behalf of the people, just getting into a bunch of personal conflicts and stuff like that. So I wanted to take some time, and I hope each of you have been able to read over this policy, read over the ordinance, and just basically just saying that we are going to maintain order and decorum in this chamber at all times, and those who don't or won't will be excused from the chamber, basically.
Permanently.
Well,
And this for anybody?
Very good.
With anybody.
for anybody. Yes,
I did notice one little minor tweak.
okay. What's your tweet?
3A, we'll just scratch out the reference to the city charter.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I just thought it was kind of broad, because I know we
Well,
don't
I
have
will
it.
admit that we stole some of these from other cities' policies.
Okay,
But so it should just read, in the event a city council member violates, and then go into the city rules of procedure. So just scratch out the city charter part.
okay.
Because if you ever adopt a charter, we can deal with it with a little more teeth in the charter itself.
Okay, okay.
If you get to that.
Am I able to correct that?
Sure, no, they'll just make the motion with that revision,
Oh.
and then we'll just fix that later.
Okay.
Can y'all make the motion with that revision?
Okay. I make a motion that we, the ordinance of the City Council of the City of Arcola, Texas, amending section 2.04.020 of the Code of Ordinance, Arcola, Texas, related to City Council rules of procedure, providing for severability and providing an effective date with the correction made that has to be made.
Just a minute. Thank you.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilmember Jones, second by Mayor Pro Tem Sanko. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ordinance is passed. Today?
Today.
We don't have to rescind it, do we? We'll just take it out. Violate the city rules of procedure, the city charter.
So, okay. At this time, the City Council will convene into closed executive session as authorized under Section 551.074 and 551.071 of the Texas Government Code for personnel matters and consultation with attorney. All right. It is now 8:03 p.m. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we
So-
adjourn.
Second. I think we
Wait a minute, who
We didn't have another agenda.
made the motion?
Who had another agenda? item?
Rosemary make a motion.
Okay.
What is that?
Council adjourns. Oh.
Council close it, then adjournment, that's what it said.
Oh, if it was action.
There's no action.
No action
There's no
necessary.
action. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So it is now 8:03 p.m. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I made a motion.
Second.
The motion has been made by everybody, by Councilmember Bingley, second by Councilmember Jones.
Everybody.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is now adjourned.
Everybody.